if you want to secure this job, you need to pay us 400 rand. I was just like, what? Sup guys, welcome to a brand new YouTube video. So most of us as first-time job seekers, right, I think we've came across this, and which is scams, right? Like there's so many scams going on, there's so many things going on in this country, and it's unfortunate that these scammers, they even prey on job seekers, right? So just yesterday I went on Google and I typed in marketing jobs, right, around Johannesburg, and this is what I found. And guys, some of these things are too good to be true. Like they were like, you could be earning like 50. I think I saw somewhere around where you could earn like 50k a month with just a matric certificate, guys. I don't know about you guys, but that's just too good to be true, because if you're earning so much money, you need to be someone that's specializing in something. And if you just have a matric certificate, guys, like you don't really have those soft skills to be like specializing in those other things. I'm not saying that a matric result is worthless and stuff like that, but 50k, man, you have to be asking yourself, I think it's too good to be true. But obviously you're desperate as a job seeker and you just apply. Like this is what happened to me back in 2015, right? It was my first time looking for a job, and I came across so many of these things, and I was just like, what's going on? Like my first job interview, it was crazy, guys. Like literally I got to a place somewhere in Johannesburg CBD. There's a dodgy building. I got in there and there was like a long line, and first question you get asked, right, when you get into the interview, like, look, if you want to secure this job, they obviously give you a brief of what's happening with the job, but there's like, if you want to secure this job, you need to pay us 400 rand. I was just like, what? It's a major red flag if an applicant is paying for a job, right? You're not supposed to be paying for a job, right? Yes, there are people who pay for jobs, legitimate jobs, but that's like inside job and stuff like that, which is also illegal. But you're not supposed to be paying for a job as an applicant at all. Red flag. So these people, right, these scammers, they're making over millions a month, with the people who are naive and don't know much, who are just applying for a job, and they're so desperate, they're willing to take out money, and these people are becoming rich and you're feeding their lifestyle, right? I almost fell into this trap, and these people are becoming more and more advanced. I mean, like, there's another story that I need to tell you, like, it's deep. This was back in 2019. When I just graduated. I graduated in 2019, and now I was like applying for jobs. I was desperate. I was like, I'm a newly graduate. I need to make this this degree, put it to work. And there's certain things that happened, and these job scammers, they're becoming advanced. Like, it's crazy. Alright guys, so I need to share something with you guys that you might find really sorry about that, guys. I get clumsy at times. But anyway, back to the topic of the video. So now, right, there are tips that I want to give you guys that you need to look out for. I need to give you like red flags that you need to look out for when you're a job seeker, right? Because sometimes you are like desperate and looking for a job. So anything, even if it's too good to be true, you're gonna apply for. So these are the tips that I'm gonna share with you guys right now. Alright guys, red flag number 1 is if it's too good to be true, then in most cases it is too good to be true, guys. Like these scammers, right, they target the naive, the people who are just desperate for a job. So if you see a job, especially if you have a matric certificate, and you see a job that's paying like 20, 30, 40,000 rand a month, you need to know that obviously it's a scam, because that kind of payment, right, when you're earning that kind of money, it's for people who specialize in different things. That you can't be earning 30k just after matric. Like, it's highly unlikely unless you have a special skill, unless you're like a content creator or something like that. But if there is a job site that's offering 20, 30, 40, 50k, and they only require matric with minimal experience and stuff like that, it's a red flag, guys. Like, No, I'm not kidding you. It's definitely a red flag. Red flag number 2 is if they're asking for money up front, just don't take it. It's definitely a scam. Alright guys, look at it this way. How can you be a job seeker? You're not working and then you have to pay for a job. Like, where are you gonna get the money? Unless you're gonna have to get a loan from the bank. But if you're applying for entry-level jobs, a bank will probably not give you a loan because you don't have much work experience and your bank statement is pretty weak. So yeah, that's like definitely a red flag. But when I was applying, right, like in 2015, I noticed this. Like my first interview, they're like, no, you need to pay 400 rand. I was like, 400 rand? And then this was when I noticed, I'm like, nah, it's definitely a scam, guys. Like, definite scam. Red flag number 3 is if they're not clear on the job description and you go to the interview and you're still not sure what the job requires you to do, it's definitely a scam or a pyramid scheme, right? These people are like so clever, they can get you into doing these kind of things. And like, if you work a regular 9 to 5 job, you won't grow as fast as if you work here. And if you work for 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, this is when you're gonna grow and blah blah blah. Guys, it's definitely a scam or money making or a pyramid scheme. I almost fell in this trap back in 2019. There's one job that I applied for and I was not sure of what I was doing until my first day of training, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, they told me that I had to work Monday to Saturday from 6 to 6. Reason being is that you work more hours, meaning that you're putting out more work, meaning in the next 2 years you might even be the manager. And I was like, nope, this is definitely a scam. Just like that, I'm wrapping up this week's video right here. I hope you learned something from this week's upload. And yeah, these money making scams, money making whatever, these people, the scammers, they becoming more and more advanced. But these are like the tips that I gave you. Those are like the regular red flags that you need to look out for. Yes, sometimes we do fall prey into these things because we're so desperate to get a job. Some people will be like, oh my word, I can't believe you fell for this scam and blah blah. And guys, if you fell for one of these scams or one of these whatever, please drop a comment down below, tell me what happened. And yeah, I might do a case study on these kind of things in depth. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, click subscribe, turn on the notification bell, because I keep dropping new video literally every single Sunday and you don't want to miss it. Catch all of y'all in the next upload.